Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at Through the Eyes of NFL Moms. And we're super pumped to wish you all a very happy new year. First and foremost, we want to extend our heartfelt wishes to all the incredible mothers out there who continue to show so much love, strength, and resilience every day. You are truly amazing, and your impact on your families and communities is nothing short of extraordinary. As we look forward to the new year, we're inspired by the passion and dedication we see from our NFL Moms fam. You are not only raising your children in the best possible way, but you are also making a difference in the lives of so many others through your support of the NFL. We're excited to see what the new year will bring for our incredible community, and we're confident that together we can achieve even more great things, from helping mothers and families to promoting great content. We have so many exciting initiatives and goals that we can work on together. Please remember to take care of yourselves, your families, and your loved ones. Remember to enjoy the little moments and make the most of the time together. And most importantly, never forget to be kind to one another. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's make this year an amazing one filled with joy, laughter, and lots of football fun. Here's to a brighter future and to all the incredible things that we can accomplish together. With love, from Erica Wilson, mother of Alan Hearns, Sandra Perryman, mother of Denzel Perryman, Melissa Phillips, mother of Lynn Bowden Jr., Stacey Sherrell, mother of J.J. Weaver, and Brandy Guyton, mother of Jalen Guyton.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's welcome our host, Erica Wilson.
Great day, great day, great day, everyone. We're here live today with the girl, Erica Wilson, for our Monday Night Madness. And that's with my NFL moms and sisters. My God, do we have a show for you guys on tonight? Integrity versus loyalty. And that's what we're going to be speaking on tonight, even talking about playing while injured. And we all know that no matter which way you slice it, not just playing while you're injured. If you're injured on your job or you not feeling well, but you need to make ends meet, you're still going to go in and work because you need to make ends meet, correct? So we're going to talk a little bit about integrity and a little bit about loyalty. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring on my sissy, Stacey Sherrell. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, good evening, everyone.
Oh my God, dude. Are you ready for tonight, Stacey?
I am.
This topic here is very, very touching because one of the things I know my son, he played through injuries, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes we don't even know that our kids are doing this because they keep it so hush-hush. And I remember a couple of years ago when Alan was playing through a groin injury and he played the entire season. And the doctor was like, well, Alan, how did you do it? With the way the groin was all tore up. So, hey, that's what they do. We make sacrifices, right? Not just on the field, off the field as well.
Right.
So if you can, just tell us a little bit about who is Stacey and who you're representing here tonight.
All right. Again, I am Stacey Sherrell. I'm a mother of 6, a blended family. My husband and I are originally from Florida. Our jobs brought us here up to Louisville, Kentucky. I'm representing J.J. Weaver. He's the linebacker out of University of Kentucky. This will be his 6th year. He's coming back for one more year so I'm excited on this. I'm glad that Erica brought me on just to get to share my testimony as well as behind the scenes as a mother/parent of players. And I'm excited. Thank you.
You're so welcome. I mean, Stacey, that's what it's all about. I think that we go through certain things in life to share with other people. And we find it far too often, like we don't like sharing some of the things that we go through, right? Great day, nephew, great day. But that's what it's all about. And when I read what I found on LinkedIn, Stacey, I was just like on this topic, I was like blown away, right? And again, we're not just speaking about football, right? We're talking about off the field too, because this young man who wrote this piece here, this thing like really, really hit home for me. And I want you guys to really listen in to what he's saying. And this is by Will Donahue. But Stacey, watch this. He says not long ago, he taught classes on ethics at a men's center. And one of the questions that always came up was it more important, integrity or loyalty? He said most of the guys at this men's center were ex street gang members who had a street code of ethics to survive in that culture. Never did they answer that integrity was more important than loyalty, but loyalty was the utmost important trait to have in one's moral bag. It said, over everything else, a street gang member must be loyal. Are they right? Are they right? Is loyalty the most important trait someone can have? And then he said, in the modern American workplace, now we're talking about the workplace now, the answer can be blurry because we live in a culture that embraces relativism. How do you say it? Relativism. I guess I'm saying that right. And he said, the belief that there are no moral truths in a working world. Can you believe that, Stacey? But then watch what he say. He said, it states what is true for you might not be true for me.
Right.
That's the thing that stood out for me. What's true for you may not be true for me. But he say, speaking this is impossible because the very definition of truth is what is that which is true. Your truth, my truth, or the truth, right?
Right.
Truth is universal. It's that ultimately the right thing is that which is true. We know that it's wrong to hurt people and right to care for them. It's wrong to steal and right to give. It's wrong to cheat and right to play fair. There are universal truths. Studies have shown that even babies know this instinctively. This is important to understand when we're trying to do the right thing. So if one has integrity, he does the right thing with consistency. And it says C.S. Lewis wrote, integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching.
Mm-hmm.
So how does loyalty play into this? Have you ever been put into a position that puts your integrity at risk for the sake of your loyalty to someone?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a customer or a coworker that is asking you to do something against your moral fiber for the good of the bottom line. What does one do? Sometimes it's a really hard choice, but keep in mind that integrity must be present before you have any loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty cannot be part of a person's morals if he has no real integrity. This being said, always stick to your integrity first. Do the right thing and you will remain solid in your actions. With integrity intact, you can truly be loyal and attract people like moths to the flame. You may lose some acquaintances, but never any real friends. In the long run, you will gain a base of solid, loyal people around you. But he said when he think about it, his most loyal friends and are trustworthy and consistent. He said their integrity is what makes them loyal. Now go out and do the right thing, says Will Donahue. Now reading that, Stacey, and seeing what he was saying, it kind of stuck out to me because, like he said, which truth is the truth? You know,
Mm-hmm.
what's right for you may not be right for me, and vice versa. And this is what we need to understand when we're coming into a world of football.
Mm-hmm.
Because thank God, I think you're on offense or defense.
Defense.
Okay, see, I'm on offense, so you're on defense. So what might be right for you may not be right for me, and this is one of the things we have to understand. But he said, in order to have integrity, what, you got the loyalty. You know what I mean? Great evening, bro. Great evening. Great evening, nephew. Great evening. So I have these videos up here, and my nephew, he's here, but he's in the back. So I'll bring him up when he come back on. But Stacey, tell me how you feel about this integrity versus loyalty thing, on and off the field. It's not just on the field.
Right. Well, like you said, your truth or my truth may not be your truth.
Right.
And speaking on the field, let's talk about on the field. So, my son played through this season hurt, and we didn't know it until the end of the season. And his thing was, I believe more for him, it was a loyalty thing. He
Mm.
jeopardized the integrity of his body, of his well-being, because he was loyal to his teammates. He was loyal to his brothers.
Okay.
So he figured that, if I don't play through this, my boys need me. We want to do well this season. We want to have a nice, go to a decent bowl. So my loyalty, his loyalty at that time outweigh his integrity, and he wanted to be there for them. He didn't want, he's what, a senior class, so he's considered one of the big brothers um of the team. So if he showed any sign of weakness, then what role model, what example is he setting or
Mm.
leaving for those next group of freshmen that's coming in? So with me off the field, you your integrity would come in. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, setting aside, now that I'm not playing or I'm not on the field, your integrity is going to come in because I'm going to choose me first. I'm going to make sure my health is well. I'm going to be okay before I go to that next step or even, jump on the field again. But in the in that particular time, we're in the season, we're here, it's time,
Mhm.
it's go time. So you kind of set aside that integrity because now it's about loyalty right now. They need me. I'm being dependent upon.
Yeah.
So that's the difference, I believe. It depends on that circumstance,
Yeah.
um,
Totally.
that time, that particular time. Are you going to then you have to play that juggling act.
Got
You get
you.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um,
got you. I mean, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Great evening, Gwen. So, what we're going to do, we're going to bring in my nephew right now because we want to hear from him, which is a pro athlete. Hey, nephew, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to
Hey,
see you. So tonight's topic, we're talking about integrity versus loyalty, and that could be on the field, nephew, or off the field. And one of the things that we fail to realize is both play a big part of our lives on every day. And whether it's football, whether it's on an everyday job, or even as far as what, yeah, just working. What does that mean for you?
integrity and loyalty.
Uh huh.
I wish my mom would have prepped me on this stuff before getting on here.
Okay, well, integrity and loyalty. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I know what I'll have you to do. What I'll have you to do, I'm gonna play some videos, right? And
Mm-hmm.
what we're gonna do, we're gonna kind of piggyback off the videos because what I found with the videos, nephew, was like, whoa. Dad said, "What's up, son?"
Oh God.
Uh-huh. So the thing is, I found these videos, nephew, and I just was like, whoa. Are you kidding me? And again, we don't know this as moms because you're gonna put your life on the line for your job, you know, and everyone makes sacrifices. We as moms, we make sacrifices, and then you guys make sacrifices while you're on, well, that's your job. You are your brand. So you're gonna make that sacrifice. But what happens when how can I say this? Let me just play this video and see what you
Okay.
have to see about
Okay.
this one. Because this young man, he was actually a coach. I think he went from playing football to talking about football. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead. I hope I can get this right because I'm trying. That's why I need Darius. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the video on up and tell me what y'all think about this.
So I like how straight talk you are, and you're not afraid to say what you think or criticize others. So I always want to ask you, what inspired you to transition from being in the NFL to covering the NFL?
I think because in the NFL, I was too transparent and I said things. And in the NFL has a hard time distinguishing between loyalty and devotion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty is I'll tell Ben what he needs to hear. Devotion is I'll tell Ben what he wants to hear. And the NFL wants people around them in the building that are devoted to him. I've never been that way. I'm going to tell you what I want to hear. But some people find it disloyal.
So hearing that is disheartening for me, being though, because you guys are our babies, you know, and I will hope that anyone will have like your best interest at heart. But hearing what the young man just said, I'm going to tell them what they want to hear.
Yeah. You got some coaches that do that, like being a player like that's been in that position. I can't say you do have coaches that do tell you like what you want to hear. And then you have some old school coaches that, you know, they kind of like, you know, straightforward and don't beat around the bush at all. I'd rather deal with somebody that's straightforward and not beat around the bush. Like my old linebacker coach named Richard Smith, like he always told me, like, you know, you always got people, you know, outside the building that's going to tell you how great you are, you know, all the good things that you are doing, but they'll never tell you like the bad stuff, you know.
Wow.
And I was like, like, you know, you actually got a point, you know, because there's been times where I felt like I know I played bad, but, you know, there's people telling me, oh, man, you had a good game. Like, you know, like you had a good tackle, but it's like, it ain't that tackle, you know, like overall, like my performance wasn't what it needed to be. And yeah, I can kind of say I experienced that in this league. Yeah, like you got coaches that tell you, you know, I guess what you want to hear instead of like the truth, or they kind of beat around it and, you know, tell you they don't have the answers, or, you know, they try to put it higher up, like, oh, you know, I don't have those answers, but, you know, I can get an answer for you, blah, 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 blah. But at that point, you know, just being around, you kind of know when somebody BSing you or not.
Wow. So let's take it back from, let's go to maybe to college. Let's talk about college. Do you think it's like that in college as well?
Well, now it's probably a little different, you know, because they getting paid now. But back then, when, you know, when I was like, when I was in college, sometimes I can say they tell you what you want to hear. And I would put that example into like injuries. You know, they might tell you, you know, the injury's fine. You know, you just need to do, let's say like ice and stem, coming to treatment, you know, maybe twice, you know, like once more than you do on a daily, then you'll be fine. But you mess around, go get a second opinion, and your injury's actually, you know, worse than, you know, what it actually is. Yeah. So sometimes depending on, you know, the person and the player, they like in college, they will tell you, you know, what you want to hear so you can get back out there on the field as quickly.
Oh my God. Wow.
That is so true. So true.
Yeah.
Yep.
And some individuals try to save by beating around the bush. Yep, they do.
Yeah.
They really do. Trying to say they face by beating around the bush. Hey, Darlene, how are you? How are you? So true. Now, Stacey's son is in college. He did not declare. So he went back for 5 years.
6. This is 6.
So Denzel last show, I found out that they can even go back for 7 years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen something like that. Some player went back for like maybe his 8th. I think maybe it was his 7th. Like 8th something. Like he got granted another year, but he's been in college for, I think it's going on like his 8th or something like that.
Yeah, because I think so if you were a freshman in 2019, because you know you had that COVID. So 2020, you know, they give you that COVID. So my son had the COVID year, and then he had his redshirt year.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Nah, you good.
So he chose to come back. So he was going to declare
Yeah.
this year, but unfortunately, he was suffering an injury that took place in 2022,
Mhm.
and where he dislocated his elbow, and it was never set back in place properly.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this entire season he played. So that's when I was like, shaking my head. Yeah, these coaches going to tell you what you want to hear, and just to keep you out there on the field.
Mhm.
So, and they knew he had this one last year left, and he's like, I think I need to come back, because he played it safe all season long, and he didn't feel like he performed well because he was babysitting that arm. You know what
Gotcha.
I'm saying?
Wow.
So at the end, like the very last game, he calls me, Mom, I'm at the doctor's office. I just did an MRI. I have to have surgery. What? What do you mean? This entire season, he played with this elbow, and then the very last game of the season, a week out, we're scheduled for surgery.
Wow. Well, Denzel, that happens a lot. It happened with Allen. Allen actually had the groin, right?
Mhm.
And one game, he actually had to stay in, I believe that's Philly. He had to stay up there. He couldn't fly back with the team. However, at the end of the season, like I was telling you, Stacey, the doctor couldn't believe that he even played on that thing, and he played the entire season. And
Mm.
it was just really all messed up. But doctor was a very, very good doctor. And there was a couple of people that was up there, and I'm looking like, oh, y'all got the same injury. Like, y'all played on this injury, and they was like, yeah. And that kind of like threw a red flag up for me. I'm like, okay, well, how is it? But hey, it's their job.
Right.
They're sacrificing their body to keep a job. So how does that go, Denzel?
Like you said, it's a sacrifice. Some things like you can't play through. I can't say that. Some injuries, you just give it maybe a day or two of resting, which depending on where you're at, depending on your coach and who you are, they'll allow you to rest. Sometimes they'll just tell you, we just want you to go out there, just move around a little bit or blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, it's the player's decision. I can't say that, whether they want you to, play or not, or push you to play or not. It's the player's decision, and at that point, like you said, yeah, like it is your job. So it's like damn you do, damn you don't, because sometimes
Right.
sometimes where players feel like they can't go, or like they rather sit out. But if you sit out, it's still the opportunity where, all right, well, if I sit out, they might be bringing somebody else in, like for the
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
kind of it's a little behind. So it's like, all right, do I play through it, or do I just just sit out and take my chances?
Ooh, I
Yeah.
remember Alan saying it was times where he just really didn't know if he was going to be able to go. Like it
Oh,
was
yeah.
like literally right before the game when he was like, "Okay, yeah, coach, I go," and I'm just like, "What?" Like
Good
I,
time.
huh?
Said, "Nah, them be them game time decisions." They had
Yeah,
you go out pre-game, like you probably go to the stadium earlier than the team do. They'll take you out there, let you run around, and if you're moving good, and they
wow.
ask you again, you think you'll be able to go. Because if not, they'll just deactivate you and activate somebody else. So that's why they be traveling, some other guys.
Wait, so that's how you can know they don't update the roster. Well, they have it up to
Yeah.
say who's gonna play. Then all of a sudden you'll see it change where okay, so
I think it's like maybe 90 minutes before kickoff, you got to turn in the official roster or something like that. So within that time period, I would say sometimes they like both teams might have players that need to go out in the pregame. That's why they call it like a game time decision. And yeah, that's how all that happens.
well, I'm gonna tell you what, this video that I found, I don't know how these players did it, nephew and Stacy. I promise you, I don't know how they did it. And I even heard them saying one was facing an amputation. And I'm
Oh
just
my
like, wait,
God.
hold on, what? And even like nephew, your cousin hand, one of his fingers don't even bend. It literally stays like this. Like
Ooh.
literally, it don't bend. And he's a receiver. You see
Mm.
what I'm saying? So he has to catch the ball. But this video that I found, Lord have mercy, Jesus. I'm like, what? How? But that's why I say the fans really need to know that you guys really lay your lives on the line for what it is you do. And the moment you guys make a mistake, they're ready to throw you guys up under the bus. Everybody's human. Everybody's going to make mistakes. Everybody's not going to have a good day, good game, good whatever it may be.
Right.
We're entitled to have our bad days, but they're just so quick to throw you guys up under the bus. But you guys really lay your life on the line. And seeing this video, y'all gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and play it.
Players are basically superheroes at this point, right?
You're talking about a guy basically playing on one leg, 5 weeks removed from having screws put in his ankle.
Football is a tough sport. It is beyond physically demanding. So today we're going to take a look at 10 all-time instances of players sucking it up and playing on when most mere mortals would have folded. Ronnie Lott played through a gruesome hand injury and went to extreme lengths to do so. Lott and the Niners were squaring off at the Dallas Cowboys in the 1985 regular season finale when he broke his left pinky trying to tackle Cowboys running back Timmy Newsome. With a wild card matchup against the New York Giants coming up the following week, Lott was faced with a tough decision: get surgery and miss the game and likely the remainder of the postseason, or he could get medieval with it and have the tip of his finger amputated and play on. And play on he did. Unfortunately, though, without much payoff, as his Niners were jettisoned out of the playoffs by New York, and Lott was left with nothing to show for his brave sacrifice. The San Francisco safety has since explained that he had some seller's remorse after the decision, telling the AP in 1986, "I was trying to laugh it off, but I felt sick. I tried to stand up, but I broke into a cold sweat. It was just a total shock. I thought, oh man, I should have had the pin put in. We are losing the compassionate side of sports. We are becoming gladiators. If I ever become a coach, I hope I never lose sight of the fact that players are people." No denying that Lott was one of the toughest players out there, based on this decision alone. Speaking of the toughest NFL players out there, how about Rob Gronkowski? I know his name typically gets thrown around more for his party animal antics and whatnot, but he has sucked it up for the betterment of the team on multiple occasions. It seemed like at some point every single season he found himself on the injury report for a stretch of games and sat out for as little time as possible, if at all, then hobbled out there with some massive brace on to go to war. It didn't matter what was plaguing Gronk, he was just trying to suck it up and play. Think about 2016, back when he was with the Patriots. Gronk suffered a pulmonary contusion against the Seahawks, took just 1 week off, then tried to rally up for his squad and play against the Jets. Unfortunately, he did end up suffering further injury, in this case to his back, which knocked him out for the remainder of the season, which included the Pats Super Bowl run. But still, an impressive showing from Gronk, and a reminder that his toughness should never be questioned. Something he again proved when he came out of retirement to join Brady in Tampa Bay, as he tried to rush back from multiple rib fractures and a punctured lung he suffered in Week 3 just 5 weeks later. He ultimately only played a few snaps during his return before the team pulled him out of action. But hey, nonetheless, he deserves recognition for even trying to play through that. Next up, we have Buffalo Bills receiver Cole Beasley, who played the final 3 weeks of his 2020 NFL season, wildcard weekend through the AFC Championship game, with a broken fibula. Though it wasn't a full break, I think you would be hard-pressed to find anyone who is not stunned and impressed by Beasley's resilience to take to the field through that pain and discomfort. When asked about how he managed the pain, Beasley said,
"It was bad the first game I played, but after that, it's kind of, and you take a few meds and suck it up."
Wow.
His toughness is all the more impressive considering he was actually able to perform relatively well, hauling in 14 passes for 145 yards during the 3-game stretch that he played through the injury. Speaking of a wide receiver who played through a broken leg, we would be remiss not to mention Terrell Owens, who single-handedly nearly won a Super Bowl for the Philadelphia Eagles while playing through a fractured fibula. Owens sustained his injury in mid-December leading up to the Eagles' playoff run, when Cowboy safety Roy Williams took him down with a nasty horse collar tackle. To make matters worse for Owens and the Eagles, it wasn't just the fractured fibula that he had to contend with either. He severely sprained his ankle, which is a beast to deal with in and of itself. This was a devastating blow to an organization that had lost 3 consecutive NFC title games and had brought Owens in as the missing piece to get them over the hump, especially considering that the team was sitting at 13-1 on the back of T.O.'s 77 catches, 1,200 yards, and 14 touchdowns.
Now, saying this, and I didn't finish them all, but saying this, what are you guys' thoughts on this? Denzel, I'm gonna let you go last because you are actually the player. But for us mothers,
it's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Oh my gosh.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
So that play that my son dislocated his elbow, I can't see it. It's so hard to see. It's like, and then he snapped it back in place himself. Yes. When he got up, he snapped it back in place, and I saw them when they picked him up, and I'm like, what is going on? At first I didn't know. I thought maybe, he got roughed up a little bit and that was it.
Wait a minute, Stacey, you say he did it?
He snapped it back in place himself. Yes. And they eventually, pulled him off the field, and see, he tore his ACL 2 years prior to that. They were playing against Florida. He had a hell of a game that game. And so I just immediately knew that he's hurt. I saw the look on his face, and I was like, oh my God, he's hurt. So I ran in the tunnel, and he was like, the first thing he said to me, Mom, what you doing back here? Like, what do you mean?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
So it's very disheartening as a parent to see that, you see your child hurt, and I got the call because, of course, I can't see, play-by-play live, when I'm there at the game, but then you get all these calls, from family members or friends and everyone to say, did you see it? Oh my God, Stacey, it bent all the way back. So I refuse to see the video of him with this elbow, but it's very disheartening.
Whew. And Stacey, I can tell you. Go ahead, Denzel.
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, too, when Allen broke his ankle and his ankle was in the opposite direction, like I was at the opposite end. Like he was coming from, I was in the other end zone. He was coming from the other way. And he was about to break. And all of a sudden, I saw him go down. And when he went down, all I could see is this. Boom. He hit, he's hitting the ground like this. And I'm like, whoa, the whole entire stadium it was silence. You could hear a pin drop in there. And so what I'm trying to get at is seeing that I didn't know, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was the knee. I didn't know that it was his foot at the time. So here it is. I'm trying to get down there to him. A young lady that was sitting behind me was a wife of a player, and a wife of a coach, and the coach she called the coach and told the coach where I was. And then, they got me to Allen, but by that time he was going off in the ambulance. They didn't get to me. I didn't get to him in time, but just to see, I still didn't know what happened. Do you know somebody had a nerve to send me the video? I'm like, why would somebody do that? Like, why? Why?
Why would I want to see that? Yeah.
I immediately freaked out. Now, what I didn't know, like while he was down, Allen's bone, I don't know if you know Denzel, but Allen's bone was sticking out the skin. Yeah. And they actually put it back in place while he was down there. Believe it or not, he said when he did the high ankle sprain, it felt worse than when he broke it.
Oh, wow.
He said that high ankle sprain was, he said was so bad, but he was like, on that particular time, he was like, it hurt, yeah, of course, but the high ankle sprain hurt worse, but just to know that, why would somebody send the video to me? Like, I really didn't understand that. But okay, Denzel, seeing what you just saw, hearing what you just heard from Sister Stacey, what, like, and I know, like, I'm gonna tell you something. I clearly almost jumped through the TV when I saw you go down on Saturday. That scared the living crap out of me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a little dramatic sometimes when I get hurt.
Sorry.
Nah, because some people thought I was concussed. So that's why they made me go on a blue tent, because they thought I was concussed.
Oh.
But, when I had hit Lamar on that specific play right there, when I hit Lamar, like my rib was already, like I fractured a rib, so I was already playing with a fractured rib. I just like numbed it up and took a Toradol shot. So when I ended up hitting Lamar, like everything just triggered again. So I was like on the ground, just like, and that's when I rolled over.
Yeah,
but,
I'm telling you.
But being in the position though, watching that video, like, it happens. And like Beasley said, the receiver, like they just give you meds to, numb it up, or give you a shot to numb it up, and after the game, they'd be like, just come in and get treatment, or come in tomorrow and get treatment.
So during the game, like, excuse me, what if it wear off? I think probably because what they call adrenaline, the adrenaline is going, not adrenaline, the adrenaline is going. So you probably won't feel it during the game.
Oh, halftime. When you get in that halftime, they just give you another, like, let's just say for Toradol, like if my numbing thing would have wore off during halftime, I got like another shot.
On halftime?
Yeah. It didn't happen, but I'm just saying, like,
no, I know, but I'm saying that's not even I thought you're supposed to take meds 4-hour spans.
That's it.
Holy smoly. So, wow.
Yeah.
Well, we're going back to integrity versus loyalty. I mean, you guys are loyal to the team, loyal to your job. Let me put it like that. Because why? We have a family to feed. This is our job. It ain't like we have another, another job out here. We are our brand. So I must protect not only. Okay, let me ask you this: when the injury, I know when you first get the injury, your first thing is, will I be able to play again? That's number one. Number two, you probably feel like, how can I tackle the rehab, right? And then thirdly, it's like, well, dang, I got these bills, I have these kids, I got my family. Like, what is that like going through your head at that particular time, nephew?
I would say for me, it all depends on like the injury, on like what it is. I would say like the rib, if it wasn't, the type of game that we had to play, I honestly, I wouldn't have been out there. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I'd rather, not even mess around with that, because, I could have went out there and, thank God I didn't. But, some could have been like, worse than, me just kind of re-aggravated, my injury. But I would say it depends on the injury, and, I kind of base it off from there. But when I do get injured, those are some of the things that I do think about, like, how long I'm going to be out. My first question is, will I be able to play? So that's why I laughed. I mean, it's just the competitor in me. Yeah. But, I would say that that's probably like the first thing that popped in my mind. Like, how long, will I be able to play? If not, how long, will it take? Yeah. And then the rehab, how long is the process? Just trying to get back out there fast as way I can and the safest way I can.
Absolutely. I tell you what, though, congratulations, because you played your behind off. Yes, you did. And congratulations for making it to the second round. Hey, let me tell y'all something, though. I don't know if y'all watched that game last night. I'm highly disappointed. And you can't tell me Vegas ain't got something to do with that. Because, oh my God, the boys, they played their butts off,
It
but
was a
Bills
good
had to
game,
play
yeah.
they had to play the refs too.
Mm-hmm.
They really had to play the refs too. But see, what I think, I don't know, like, hey, this is what I think personally. I think KC is going to go to the Super Bowl because guess what? Who's going to bring in the money? Not KC, Taylor Swift. Okay?
You know.
I really believe that.
Mm.
I'm telling you, in my heart of hearts, I really and truly believe that. I could be wrong, but that's what I believe. So, because there's no way. Bills was playing that ball last night.
Yeah.
You
I
think?
have my money on Bills.
Yeah, me too.
Man, I was so mad. I was like, are you kidding me? Now, what was the other game that was a very good game too? Was it the Packers?
Yeah, the Packers and Jesus, who did they play?
That was a good game.
Packers and the 49ers.
That was a good game.
I
Hey,
was,
Sissy.
oh, hey, ma.
That was a good game. He said, no, you got SF and the Ravens.
Oh, nah.
Oh, yeah, that's who it was. San Fran and the Ravens, nephew. That's who it was.
When
They played.
Oh, no, yeah, that was a good game too.
Ooh, that
Yeah,
game was fire. That was so good. It had me me and Sissy, we was texting last night. We said we're gonna go ahead and nap. There's no way you could nap. I told her there's no way this game got me at the edge, and we kept texting each other backwards and forth. Man.
No, that was a good one.
That was a good, but come on, man. Bills had to play the refs too. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody say. They had to play the refs too. It is what it is.
Buffalo Wild Wings, like that commercial.
Huh?
They just calling for Buffalo Wild Wings, like the commercial.
Oh, wait, he say, the bro say that's who's going to the Super. No, bro. That's not who's going to the Super Bowl. Watch KC go. Now, I don't want them to. I would love to see the 49ers and Ravens. What? Okay, hold on.
It might be a rematch. They might try to narrate a rematch between Chiefs and the Niners. Remember, they went in. I think the Chiefs ended up winning. Yeah, the Chiefs ended up winning that game. So who knows?
I don't know. I'm telling y'all.
But the Niners and the Ravens, that'll be a good game in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it will. Mm-hmm. It will. But seeing what I saw last night, I don't know. Just me.
I don't know who you know, huh?
Man. I just couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. I just was like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
And they said it was so many of them babies out there crying. And Denzel, let me tell you, nephew, me and your mom was tripping because we saw Hamlin back out there. Your mom texted me, did they just say Hamlin? I said, yes, sissy, they did. And he had been playing good. Now, this is me again. Just me, little old me. I don't know. Stacey, what about you as a mom?
That's hard. Like I said, I try to keep my politics out of it, because I have not touched or played a down of football in my life, so I just kind of sit in the cut, and just pray and give it to God.
Because Denzel, your quarterback, nephew, what's the quarterback name?
Which one? My quarterback?
Yeah. His mom, they kept showing her, baby, she was praying.
See,
every single time they put the camera on her, she was praying.
See that defense?
Huh?
I say, you seen that defense? He was back there running. I'd have been praying too.
Oh my God, did I? But I'm telling you, every time Sissy say, go Niners. He love her Niners. But yeah, every time they put the camera on her, I'm telling you, she was going in. Going, hey. But you know what? Also, when Allen played for the Jaguars, it was Allen Robinson mom. Denzel, nephew and Sissy, she never, I don't know why she was at the game because she never watched the play.
Really?
She couldn't stand to watch the plays. So what she would do is she would put her head down and whatever it is she had going on at that time, that's where her attention was at, you know. But when defense get up there, she'll watch it. She just said it was just too nerve-wracking for her. So my thing is, if it was nerve-wracking for her and her son, I don't think her son, no, he hadn't been injured or anything. But just to see that she couldn't even watch that, to see Damar Hamlin back out there, Dad probably like, okay, he probably a little stiff, but Mom is just cringing. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. So bro says there's already a video out that I received 3 weeks ago. It's talking about the stadium and said the matchup will be as San Fran and the Ravens. I mean, bro, I feel you, but I'm just saying, I think what I saw last night, because
It's fixed. Yep.
It's fixed. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Sister say, I don't think I will want my boys to play after an incident like that. Yeah, me either. Me either. So with that being said, nephew, you the one that has to play. Like, we don't get out there, we don't work out, we don't play it down, we don't do any of that. Yeah. So
that's hard. Yeah, that's crazy. Because I mean, I don't, I couldn't imagine being in that predicament. That happening, doing something that I love
doing.
Coming back from, that, I'll probably be a public speaker or something like that at this point. I think, I just think it's just the athlete, in them, and just that competitive nature in them that, got them back out there on the field. So I was like, I see both sides, honestly, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'd probably be a great public speaker, make some money at this point.
I'm trying to tell you, because they were saying, like, basically your mother loved that you said that. So, but I'm just saying, like, they were saying that, don't quote me, not verbatim, but they were saying he rather if die trying.
I 50.
Like, okay, whatever works for him may not work for us, and what works for us may not work for him. But I'm telling you, he played his butt off. I'm gonna tell you that.
I ain't gonna lie. They would have had every NFL jersey would have had a 3-stitch on it somewhere, either on the jersey or on the back of the helmet. Like, this happened while I was playing and I'm back. Yeah, y'all gotta honor me some way, somehow.
Some way, somehow, absolutely. Yeah. And my thing is, I really wonder what his contract is like for this year.
I don't know.
Really, I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah, pay me. If I'm coming Roger, like, it's both our face.
Right.
Yeah, because not only one time they revived you, twice they revived you on the field. Like, I don't know. I'm telling you,
it's hard.
You got to say bless this time, and I just ask God to keep him covered, because I just don't know. So we're gonna listen to this other guy, and he's talking about loyalty and integrity all the way from little league up to pro level, because it starts with little league, because you have some kids that go out there, and just say you have the kids that play great, they're the ones that's gonna get the play. Actually, I think, because since it's so young, give everybody a chance. But that's not the way the coaches probably set up.
Right.
Competitive, right? So I want to hear what he had to say. And guys, listen, I haven't saw any of these videos. I just watched the first part of it. So I'm listening to it as you listening to it. And I'm telling you, when he started off, I just said, okay, well, maybe this is something that we should have on the show, because he took it all the way back from little league up into pro level. So let's see what he has to say.
Word of loyalty when it comes to sports. We're gonna push this. We're gonna push the envelope on this one and look at it from a standpoint from youth sports all the way up to, let's go to pros. And basically, when I sit back and I think about, loyalty, I said before I even get started with this, I said let me get a true understanding of that word, because loyalty, comes with relationships. You want to be loyal to the person that you're dealing with. You want to be loyal to your team. You want to be loyal to your classmates. You want to be loyal to a fault. And a lot of times, the loyalty that you give to someone else is not reciprocated back the same to you. So let's talk about it. And like I said, the definition of loyalty, what I have here, is loyalty, faithfulness to commitments or obligations. Faithfulness to commitments or obligations. Okay. So you committed to something. Committed to, a loved one. You committed to family. You committed to friends. Committed to a lot of things. I mean, you commit to playing sports. But again, that line there is a little sketchy when it comes to sports. Because you think about it. Like I said, a lot of people, they're committed to their home team. Me being from Detroit, I started out as a Lions fan, and over time, I just couldn't stand that team.
Wow.
And why, you ask? Because one, you had an owner that still refuses to this day to invest any real money into the team. I guess because they're such a small market, it's only so much they're gonna, they want to spend. They don't believe in, hey, we'll go in the red for a couple of years and make some things happen. Instead, we'll overpay for a player or two, hoping that, they, stand upright and we just get lucky and get to a playoff or a championship. And a lot of times people, they get tired of the lucky bit. I give you another for instance. Even when I was playing youth ball, man, the first team I played for was the Northwest Side Cougars. And the coach I had back then, I can honestly say he wasn't that great. He basically had a bunch of kids that had played with him prior to me getting there. And even a lot of those kids that, were there, they were having issues with getting in 3-point stance, and they weren't, follow the instructions as he was giving them to them. Because you can always tell, oh, you know better. You need to do this. You need to do that. Why are you going? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And I'm sitting there looking like, whoa, okay. But I tell you what, I got over on the West Side Cubs, totally different ball game. There's a little more structure there. My coach was crazy. You hear me? Crazy. And, he was the type of coach, he struck the fear of God there behind, boy. I mean, you screw up, he was on your tail. He was on your tail. You hear me? And the crazy thing is, I sit there and I think about, I think back to then. Times have truly changed since then, because once I put that West Side Cubs uniform on and I got out there with my team and got to working, I'm talking about working, I didn't see playing for nobody else until I came out of the park. I went from the C team to the B team. And then, when it came time to go to A team, I was in middle school. So I was playing middle school ball at that time. So, you gotta, I get it, when people say, hey, these kids, they need to be loyal to their teams. But I'm like, the camaraderie is not there like it used to be. I mean, back then we were playing the sport for fun. We weren't playing the sport for, the wins came with having fun. Coach made it fun. Even with him putting his foot in our behind, he made it fun. And I don't think a lot of these kids are having fun because there's so much pressure on them from the adults.
Whoa. Now, hearing what and this little league now, and I used to hear that a whole lot, like you need to be loyal to your team. Like you really need to be loyal to your team. But the thing about it is, if it don't work for you, if it's not working for you in one place, do you just stay and stick it out? What do you think, Stacey?
Well, so going back to when JJ was a redshirt freshman. Oh my God, that was the worst year ever. This boy wanted to leave Kentucky. You hear me? He was ready to pack his bags because he was not getting the playing time. I'm a 4-star out of Louisville. I'm a Louisville kid. Oh, that's all I heard. And I'm like, son, let's stick it out. Let's stick it out. Let's just give it one more year. If they do not play you, or then we'll think about transfer. We'll enter the transfer portal, but let's just stick it out. And good thing we did, because it was the best thing that happened to him. But just thinking of other players that has gone and left, you think about, when does the integrity sticks in, because I know what I can bring to the field. I just might not be right for this program. This program may not just be for me, and I know in the NFL you may not have that choice. You know what I'm saying? You got that stick out because you got that contract, but
no choice. No choice.
Right.
You in.
Yeah. And now, with, like he said, with this NIL thing, now it's really crazy because it's like, who's gonna pay the most? Where I'm gonna get this money. So it's not really now. It's really not about playing time. It's not about am I gonna get this playing time on the field? It's now like, who got the biggest check?
Wow.
It's crazy now. So I don't know. It's just I just have to keep my son. I always tell him, keep your nose clean, head down, and do your job.
That's it. What do you think, Denzel? Because we have to let her know. We have to let her know. NFL level, you don't get to choose.
Yeah. You tell them people you don't want to be there if you want to. They're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna release you. And then good luck having a job with other 31 other teams, because they're gonna tell them exactly what happened. And it ain't gonna be good. So okay, so being a player, I heard him say something in that video about the camaraderie. Like he's saying, like, now, like, the camaraderie wasn't there. I don't know if that's why he left or whatnot, but I feel like that's based on, like the players in general. I feel like, you build that camaraderie up, and, that's when you're able to go out there and have fun. And that's when all the wins and all that good stuff come out there. Like you said, you got to having fun. That's when, you're making plays, you're doing what you got to do, your buddy next to you doing what you got to do. But it always goes back to the camaraderie that he said wasn't there. I would say just stay and make the best out of it. The reason why I say that, I remember when I was in high school, my junior year, I think it was, we ended up playing Northwestern in a playoff game or something like that. And, I played, we lost whatever, but I stood out. And I remember like my senior year, going to my senior year, like that spring, like that spring era where, you can kind of transfer. I remember people from Booker T was hitting me up. People from Northwestern was hitting me up, like, giving me shoes, like picking me up, taking me to the games, giving me money here and there. So I remember talking to my daddy about that, like, wanting to transfer. And my dad was like, might as well just stick it out. My coach, he said the same thing. And my coach and my dad actually both said the same, when you get to college, like, they're probably going to ask, all right, well, so since you was losing over here, what you going to transfer and go to another team? So, I say just stick it out and just, make the best out of, the situation of what it is. But like she said, with this NIL stuff, with this college, it's about who's going to like pay the most at this point.
Oh my God. Is that good though?
I feel like they messed up these kids' mindset and their brains.
Yeah. And it also depends on the upbringing, who they have. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, for us, JJ, you wants for nothing. So we're going to do something positive with this extra money that you're getting. So we built a foundation. So what he does every year, he has a free football camp. He does a bike drive. where he gives we gave away 100 bikes last year. Yeah, so we do, back to school where, back to school with JJ, where we gave out free haircuts, we get the kids ready for, so it could be a blessing and a curse, this NIL thing. But I've seen where even parents were like, no, we need our rent paid. We need cars too. We want to travel to the game. So
no way.
I swear, honey. And I'm like, they are really gonna mess up a good thing, because granted, some of these kids are coming from, poverty. Some of them are coming from, a hard life. So should they get paid? Yes. Should there be some form of more of a, restricted type, yes, I do. It does need to get better, and it will, because it's new,
right?
But it's just crazy how even the parents want to get involved, in this thing, and we're just so blessed that we're able to, God have looked out for us. My husband and I, we do well for ourselves, and my son is not money hungry. We're not money hungry. I just want him to have the best education and an opportunity to do something he loves, and also pay it forward. We're teaching him to give back.
Yeah.
God bless you. God gave you this platform for a reason, for you to go out there and reach. But, you don't have these guys right now. Some of them don't have that type of background.
But even so too, like you said, it was parents, they want cars, they want money too, right? So if you're coming from poverty, or maybe a low income family, I'm gonna put it like that. If you're coming from a low income family and you're coming into the league, what happens like if this kid don't want to go to that school, but that kid is being offered that money? I'm directing you. Okay, Denzel, we're gonna take you back to college now. If, say for instance, if FSU was paying you top tier dollar, right? But here it is, UM is where you always dreamed of going. Go you. Anyway, but UM is where you wanted to go. However, just say mom or dad wanted you to go to US to FSU because maybe they were paying the most money, where would that leave you? How would that make you feel?
I don't know. I feel like I'll be in the bind low key. Because it's like, like you said, they might be paying me here, but I might be persuaded here. Yeah. But no, my parents, like, they gonna be behind me, whatever decision.
Whatever you do.
Yeah. So, I still would have went with you.
Oh, of course, all day. Yeah. Go Canes. Yeah. But no, it's just, I didn't know much about the NIL thing. You guys really just kind of shed some light for me too about it. But that's the thing, if you have this kid, maybe all his life he dreamed of playing for UM, but here it is, and a house divided could be that way too, though. Because what if you have UM one parent, UM one parent, FSU, right? And say for instance, we're gonna go with UM paying top dollar, right? And but the dad, just say the dad, which have most influence on his son's decision, I want you to go ahead, go on over here to FSU. Now you may go to FSU and they may pay you the top dollar, but you may end up sitting the bench.
Yeah.
Who you gonna blame? See, by you being a player, nephew, who you gonna blame?
Well, if I was to go for the money and just sit on the bench, I'd blame my dad. But if I'm trying to go play, then yeah.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I get it, the whole NIL thing, in college, we don't have this, we don't have that. But it's just like, all right, well, you plan to get to the league and, that's your ultimate goal. Like, I feel like your mindset changes because now you got that money that, I know when I was in college, like, yeah, you know, you go there for the education, but like, you know, as far as the football part of it, like, you know, you go to get, you know, this
To the
money
next
that,
level.
yeah.
Right.
So it's like now you get it now in college, you know, some people might just say to hell with the league. I mean, you know, you still might want to play, but that drive and that ambition of like you kind of doing everything kind of just kind of fall out the window because you know, you getting money and everything that you want right now in college. So it's like, yeah, you working hard for it, but like not really. Like you get to the league, all that stuff you're doing right now is gonna be completely different.
Completely.
Like completely different.
Yeah. I'll tell you. Woo, for our Instagram viewers, shouts out to my cousin Bug, shouts out to Laverne, shouts out to Jay Stacks, and shouts out to Shannon. I see you on our Instagram live. But let me tell you something. That's gonna be hard, boy. But the only thing I can say that kind of can be beneficial is it kind of takes some of the weight off of the player and the parent versus to now the kid may not have to come and ask all the time when they need something. You know, now I'm able, and then also give them a sense of, you know, I can do this. You know, I'm growing. Listen, that's their first time they out the house. They going to college, you know, so I could give them some sense of how can I say it? Like I got me. I don't have to go to mom and dad for everything now, you know. So it takes the weight off, but you always have a pro and you always have a con, right?
Mm-hmm.
See what you guys are saying about now who paying the top dollar. And one of the things we know, because the Bible tells us the love of money is the root of all evil.
That's right. Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, every dollar ain't a good.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Glitter is not gold.
Right. Yeah.
And you know, when you're working for something, you kind of like value it more. But if it's being given to you, come on.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I say it needs to be some form of structure because, you know, with this NIL, I think it prepares them for that next level, you know, as far as handling money, getting these deals and these sponsors and
wait, they get deals and sponsors too?
Mm-hmm. That's a part of the NIL. Yeah. So I think it prepares them, so to speak, for that next level when you get into the NFL, when it comes to that money side.
When did they start this?
I want to say 2022.
What? They get deals, money, just like if they was in the NFL.
Just like if they were in the NFL.
They get paper.
They get paid. Yes.
Them kids living in penthouses, driving Mustangs, cats, and
listen. My son wanted a Charger, right? So I said, I said, get the lowest one on the basic one they got on the during lot. Because for one, I am not going to be pulling you out from wrap around the during tree because you want to. No, it's not going to happen. But yeah.
Wait a minute. So let me ask you guys this. So a freshman can get this too?
Yeah. If you're putting up numbers,
okay,
and you are one of those players, yeah. Of course, it's just like the NFL.
Auntie, put it like this: Deion Sanders' son just bought a Rolls Royce truck, the Wraith.
I'm gonna throw this phone.
With that NIL money.
Yes.
Nephew, he bought a what?
The Rolls truck. I forgot the name of it, but yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's
he was just in the.
But you know what though? This is what I'm talking about. You say you have to be that elite player. Mm-hmm. Now, all of these players is coming to put their life on the line. Loyalty, okay? They loyal to their team. So how is it that you have to be this elite player? Why is not all the way across the board? I got a problem with that because guess what? It's going to cause friction in that what the room called, nephew? Locker room. It's going to cause friction in the locker room.
Oh yeah.
No, let me tell you something. No. No.
I have witnessed it. It's happening.
No. It's a boy from Daytona going to Bama. What? And she said, he says, and he has a nice in our package. Lord have mercy. Okay. So goodness say, wait, what? He what? She said, one drive a Maybach, bro? Like, listen, No.
Getting that money.
No. I agree. Exactly, niece, because that is crazy. If I got recruited to your school, that's saying that I'm a good player.
Right.
Because in high school, you're okay. But when you go into college level, you're good. When you go to the NFL level, you're great. So you recruited me to your school only to tell me that somebody else is more elite and more entitled to what we all should be getting. Nah, man, that's gonna cause it's gonna be some heck in that locker room. And you probably won't hear about it, but I guarantee you it's happening.
Oh yeah.
What do you got this kid? Look, you said that baby have a Rolls Royce truck.
Yeah.
But
I hear it all the time.
His teammates is driving what?
If they are driving out, we don't know.
Exactly. But my thing is, okay, where is the kid mind at this point? You understand? It's almost to me like it's a distraction too. It's a thing to build you up to tear you down. If you're not strong enough mentally that thing can break you. Because guess what? I'm big time now. I got this Rolls Royce truck. He already got a name behind him. Deion Sanders is his father. You understand what I'm saying? Now here it is. I'm driving around in my Bentley truck or whatever. Maybe now I want to go hang out a little bit. And we all know, nephew, that they got those, I'm going to call them lot lizards. They got those lot lizards out there. They're chasing y'all down and wanting every penny that y'all have. And what happens if they get into a little trouble?
It's happening. It's happening. That's why I said it needs to be some form of structure.
It has to be.
Yeah, because I see it happening. I don't want to name any names, but
please don't.
I know, it's sad. It's almost sad. It's like, all you're doing is just getting these kids in trouble. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no structure there, no one to, especially, and then I get it, because they're looking at, especially the ones that's over 21, they grown.
They grown, yeah.
Once you're over the age of 18, hey.
But watch this. Here in Georgia, I don't remember the young man's name, but he went this year to the league. They were drag racing, I guess, racing on the street.
Right.
And the trainer was driving. Y'all remember that? The trainer was driving, but this car was supplied by the school.
Yes.
Right? So here it is now. This girl, even though she's gone, her family is going to catch it because these people are suing. Not just the school, but the family. Like, yeah, I think it's designed to tear. I don't know. I don't want to get to talking like that, but pro and con to everything.
Yeah, like I said, it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, integrity versus loyalty.
Yeah,
there you go. At the end of the day, because bro say one driving around here in Maybach, nephew say one got a Rolls Royce. I mean a Bentley truck. They stand in penthouses and things like that. Like, now this is my question. What happens, and this go to you, nephew, what happens if they don't make it to the next league? Do they owe this money back? I mean, the next level.
I don't know. I feel like it's a catch to it. But that's what I was wondering too. Like, what if some of these kids don't make it? Because the chance of you making is very slim. So it's like, what does happen when you gave this kid all these millions thinking he was about to go to the next level and it don't work out?
Right.
Yep. And not just that, it could break them mentally.
There you go. That part.
It could really break them mentally.
Yeah.
I said, then they got problems now. They got money. Where did you get this league?
Right.
Ooh, yep. Exactly, nephew. So true. But that's something to really think about. If anyone have anybody that's out there in, the collegiate league, that's something to truly think about, because I'm giving you, trust me, because when somebody give you something, they want something, right?
Of course.
And especially in that world, it's enough that I'm laying my life on the line for you guys, right? I'm doing what I love, but now it's time to go to the next level, and somehow I slip up under the radar. Do I now have this? That's just like when you go to college. Thank you, Holy Spirit. When you go to college, and a lot of times when we go to college, we don't get the jobs that we went to college for. And I'm not deterring anybody from college. Don't get me wrong, because I went. But 9 times out of 10, we know we don't get the job in that field. However, you're building up all of this debt, right? So that's just like with this. I'm playing football. I'm receiving this money. And if I don't make it, what happens to that money? Because I know they got to get their money back.
Right.
Like the government, when they gave out that money, people thought that, oh yeah, that was free money. That money free. They gonna get that money back. Yeah. So
everything.
I'm telling you, this is crazy. I mean, this is sad, and it is crazy that they're doing these kids like that. But hey, that's just it. No payback. It's sponsorship for you to be a face of certain brands. Okay, well, if they don't pay back, bro, what happened if that kid don't make it?
Yeah.
Mentally.
Yeah.
Now, with this stuff, is it just paid off?
Yeah. This. It's so the NIL. It's like, you show up for a commercial. So like my son he's with he's on a billboard with the insurance company, and so that was his part of his job. That's what they hired him for him to be the face, not only for the football team, but for that insurance company.
Yeah, it's a brand.
So, of course they gave him a check for it. So, and that's for, that's.
Okay. So it's coming from sponsorships and not the school per se.
Right. Well.
Oh, well, all right. All right. Okay.
You hear what she said? Insurance. They getting that paper.
Yeah. So nephew, let me ask you, do you feel cheated? You don't made it to the league. And
Nah. If I could go back to this NIL stuff, I wouldn't. Because I ain't gonna lie. I'd rather go through, I guess, have that mental process that I had of, getting, to the league and, getting, everything that I want then, after I get out of college. So, I like the process I took.
Yeah, I do too. I really love the process that you guys took. Again, it's almost though, and you find it where when a kid don't make it to the next level after giving it all they got, it happens, right? But who are you going to blame if you have that parent pushing you?
It was like, we all know, going into like playing, going into college, like, it's bigger than just football. Obviously, you go there for your education and good stuff like that. So when that type of stuff don't happen, you got something to fall back on.
Right. But some kids are just like, football is all I know.
True.
And even too, nephew, when one get through playing ball, what happened to a lot of the players.
Yeah.
Mentally, they just can't take it. And I think too, again, it goes back to making all of this money. And if you're not saving properly and you're not investing your money the proper way, you have to live that certain lifestyle that you live when you were playing, right? So now you have all of this going out, but you ain't got this coming in. So those 17 checks that y'all get, see, people think that, y'all just got it made in the shade. They don't understand what comes behind all of that.
Right.
Inside of those contracts, there's certain clauses. And that's what I'm telling you. I wanted to go back to school because I want to know the lingo that they're going to be talking to me about my child. Okay. And here it is. Not just that, like 17 checks. How many months out the year y'all play, nephew?
I don't know. I got 15 checks this year.
Oh yeah, but how many months out the year did you play?
Let me see. We basically play from September till now, like January, depending on how far you make it.
Okay, and then you talk about the other months that you guys have to have where
Which
nothing is
is,
coming
yeah,
in.
now will be off season till maybe like February and end of February, maybe beginning of March when you start workouts and OTAs and all that good stuff. So OTA starts back up in April.
Okay, but are you getting paid for? You're not making
Oh
that.
no! You don't get no money right now. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
no money.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, this is a period of time where everybody start asking for money. It kind of be a bad time. It's like I ain't getting no checks right now, so it's just like, yeah.
Mm.
And I like, yeah, for my family, we're gonna have a discussion because I got suspended and I missed out on 2 checks, so I might not be able to take my trip that I want to take this off season because of that.
Well, I tell you what. I tell you what. Um, I'm a strong believer, and don't let and I know you very, very strong minded, but I just feel like you're deserving of it. You gave this year all you got. You did not let this year break you. You really put your best foot forward, and you did an awesome job doing it. So do not let the enemy rob you of that. Take your trip.
Oh,
You
yeah,
deserve it.
figured out.
And yeah, and I saw this guy. He was talking on one of these talk shows the other day, and he was telling you how to get rich, basically, right? He said that he's a guy that loves fancy hotels. He have to have him a fancy hotel. He said, but what works for him is, yes, I like my fancy hotels, but guess what I do on the back end? I drive an old car. So he say, do something that you really want, but then you're gonna have to take away something that don't really mean as much. Because he was saying, like, basically, if I go out and I drive around in my car, um, you know, people probably don't know me or whatever it may be. But when I go to these hotels, I like to feel like I'm king. You understand what I'm saying? So nice hotel, older car. But take your trip, nephew. You deserve it. I'm telling you, don't do it. I mean, do it because you don't know when you'll get a chance to do it again.
Facts. Facts.
You don't know. I'm telling you, especially with the way things are going now, do it. And that's a lot of times we miss out on some great things because we don't take those chances or those risks. So, yeah. Stacey, what would you say? Like, coming from a mother's point of view, would you tell him to go for it?
Oh, of course. Let God give you one life. You
Yes.
know, so I would say, keep in mind, you still got to come back home. You still got things that you got to, but still take that time out for yourself. It's very important.
Yeah. They
Therapeutic, get
put their
away.
life on the line. Like,
Yeah,
that's a lot that they deal with, a
right.
whole lot. And
Yeah.
bro says not only the checks, yep, the taxes,
Taxes.
the agents, etc. Exactly. A lot comes behind getting that money.
Yes.
Absolutely, bro. Now that's
Yes.
one thing about it, and 2 things for sure. I don't care if you plan, you got to pay your agent.
My age.
Right.
The agent getting paid. You understand what I'm saying? But then too, like he say, the taxes, depending where you are too. Some taxes tear you out the frame.
Yep. Yeah.
And then
Well,
not
that's
just
the
the
sad
tax.
part about the NIL, that you're left on your own to pay your taxes.
See, that's a setup. That's a setup. Because what if you don't have the knowledge to know what to do or how to go, or you don't have that parent that
Yeah.
that's a setup. See?
Okay. Look,
No.
don't nothing go through JJ hands unless we approve it.
Ooh, and niece says, yes, you did, cousin. Yes, you played your heart out. You left your heart on that field, nephew. That you definitely did. And I can say, you definitely both. And you wear integrity well and you wear loyalty well. So shouts out to you. That's amazing. That's truly, truly amazing. Knowing too, like you were saying, like you already had an injury and you still went out there. It's playoff time. It's playoff time. But you did your thing and God saw fit where you still was able to leave the field. Okay.
Right.
You understand? You have maybe some treatments that you probably have to take, but no surgeries in the name of Jesus. So that is so awesome. So again, I love this topic on tonight, integrity versus loyalty, because not only did you guys do it on the field, I'm sure you have to do it off the field as well. Certain things come up, you have to say, okay, well, what is the pro? What is the con? Which one is best for me? And it's okay to put yourself first. You understand what I'm saying? It's sometimes we have a soft heart. We like to put others first. But if you're no good to you, you can't be any good to anybody else.
That's
That's
right.
just the bottom line. And again, take your trip, take pictures so I can see. How about that? And I can live through your trips. I tell Alan all the time, make sure you take a lot of pictures so I can live through your trips.
Yeah, that's
But yeah, you know you deserve it. You truly do. And again, not just what bro was saying, not only just the checks, right? The taxes, not just the taxes that comes out, right? Because these taxes, is this the taxes that you guys pay at the end of the year, or this coming out on top?
honestly, don't let me lie to you. I think it all comes out. I mean, I got somebody to handle all that good stuff like that.
Their
But
CPA.
I'm probably, yeah, I think it come out. Yeah, I think it all come out because at the beginning of the year they have us fill out like what's this, the W-2 forms, all
Yeah,
that good stuff.
Uh-huh.
They have
yeah,
us fill it out, and
yeah.
they give us an option to take out. I forgot what
Oh,
it is, but
okay.
we sign off on
Okay, but then
it.
too, not just that. With that, here it is. You own a house, you gonna pay some taxes.
Oh yeah,
Cause I'm gonna tell y'all, when I saw my taxes this year, I darn hollered.
I don't want to see mine.
It's crazy. Everything's
Stacey,
going
almost $8,000 for what?
right.
How
Yeah.
much?
7,000, something, almost $8,000.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So just imagine now, that's my house. So just
Mm-hmm.
imagine how you guys live. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? And oh,
Hmm.
it's a lot. They
Mm-hmm.
still have to live after football. After
Mm-hmm.
those months are up until the next time.
Right.
And then when the next time roll around, you have to hope that you have a job.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So yeah, integrity versus loyalty. Nephew, thank you so much for getting on with us, holding my sissy down. I know my sissy say, do you mind if my never? He know this floor is always open to him. He make it fun. You bring on a lot of valuable information. So nephew, thank you so much for getting on with us tonight in honor of, in place of your mom. Also, Sister Stacey, thank you for taking time getting out to talk about integrity versus loyalty, because y'all schooled me tonight on this, and I'm actually, I'm actually start looking this up because man, oh man, and hold on, what happens really quick before we go? What happens to now? This is not, what can I call them? I won't see, the lot lizards is the girls that go after the boys, but what do you call the boosters that goes after the kids?
Boosters.
No, I want to call them something else. I don't want to call them boosters. I want to give them another name, because guess what? Watch this now. You have a kid like the blind side. Let's go to the blind
Uh-huh.
side. You have a kid like the blind side who came up rough, didn't have mother was strung out on drugs or whatever it may be.
Right.
What happens when these people get these kids and they get these kids money? Because guess what? The kids don't really have the knowledge.
Call them
Mm-hmm.
hyenas.
Huh?
Call them hyenas.
Hyenas. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because later on now, if you read that story, they were robbing him blind.
Mm-hmm.
They were robbing him blind. And here it is. Oh man, I fell in love with that story. And nephew, you know who I used to call blindside? Rayshawn Scott. Yes, he has a but no, now
Yeah,
his people, they did amazing by him.
yeah.
But the blindside people, no, they didn't. After hearing what's going on now. And it took years for him to figure this thing out. So that scares me for kids too.
Yeah. That need to be our next topic.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in here with us. And it had to happen. We are truly grateful for you all. But this all we ask from you guys. If you can, go ahead and do this for us. Where is it, y'all? First of all. All right, here we go.
I would like you to hit the like button at the beginning, because every time you hit the like button, you are letting YouTube know that what you are seeing and hearing is edifying for you, so it can be shared with others. That's why hitting the like button is so important. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to the channel.
It had to happen. Your title was so powerful. When I read the name of your ministry, it had to happen.
All right, all right. So Gwendolyn Hickson says, nephew on point. Yes, he is. Always do. Always. And then Shannon Jaguar Stevens, she says, take it. You earned it. Number 60. Everybody telling you to take it, nephew. Take your
Don't you worry.
He said, don't you worry.
Don't you worry.
I know that's right. It's deserved. You deserve it. Treat yourself. I'm telling you, you worked so hard this year. You guys went all the way to the is that the second round?
Yeah, second round.
Second. Look.
Yeah, it ain't here today. Not on this computer.
Right. But hey, is there anything that you guys would like to leave with our audience on tonight? Maybe shed some light for them, or maybe some words of encouragement, starting with you, Sister Stacey.
Well, I encourage everyone to just love on each other. This is a crazy world. We're talking about integrity and loyalty. Just love on each other. You never know. Just a simple hello or how you doing just will make somebody's day. Mental health is real. It's serious. It's out there. Just be kind, be nice. Smile, love on each other. That's it.
All right, nephew.
I always said every day you wake up is a blessing. Like she said, you never know. Check up on your loved ones. Know that you are enough. And stay hydrated. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And I would just like to leave you guys with some words of encouragement as well. Like you said, piggybacking off the both of you all, we all take life for granted. And we do, truth be told, we act like we have so much time left here on this earth, and you just never know. And again, please do love the hell out of people. Some people are in bad places. Don't look at them. Look at who they're being used by. Because anytime God have you onto something, you got to know that the enemy is going to try to come and knock you up off your feet, because that's his job, to steal, kill, and destroy. But he will not have no place in any of our lives, not ever, as long as we keep pleading the blood and asking God to be a protector and a cover over our life. Psalms 91 is the best songs for covering and protection. So if you can read it tonight, any of you that's under the sound of my voice, it is amazing. And that's my daily cry. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in here with us. That it had to happen. We cannot do this without you, and you. And tomorrow on our prayer broadcast with Girls Talk Tuesdays with Dr. B, we will have an amazing topic on tomorrow. Oh my God, we talked about through the fire. Again, Denzel, we know that you had to go through the fire, but you came out untouched, untouched like those three Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They didn't know that God was down there in that fire with them boys. And the ones actually that threw him in the fire was the ones that burned up. So be careful out there, y'all. We love you guys here at It Had to Happen, and we cannot do this without you guys. Again, amen, amen. Gwen says, see you guys next Monday, God's willing. bring somebody back. And if this broadcast has blessed you, or you may know someone that's in college or have a kid that's in college, please share this with them, because I didn't even know much about this NIL thing. So a lot of jewels was dropped here on tonight. So until next time, guys, let's go ahead and send them out some virtual hugs. And I don't know if you're going to do it tonight, Denzel, and some virtual love. Let's see.
It ain't working. It ain't working. There you go. It ain't working.
Maybe you can clap your hands together.
I gotta update the computer.
Okay. Well, maybe next time. But
it's there. It's there. I found it.
That's right.
Remember last week it was sideways. I was over here trying to figure it out which way to go. It's right.
You got it.
All right, guys. Until next time. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Yeah.